a sadness in this song that I need to tell you about. There's something hiding in the walls, something that moisture brings out. It gets painted over, it gets wiped away, so it looks harmless, but the truth is the danger doesn't go away. Oh, Abishak, 2 years old, living in a Rochdale council flat. Damp on walls, mold in the air. His parents begged, no one repaired. Doctors later said his lungs couldn't survive what he'd breathed so young. 2 short years, then he was gone, because fixing homes took too long. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Jane Bennett, 52, lived where dampness grew and spread. She reported stains, the smell, the mold, was told to wait. Then she was dead. The coroner said it may have played a part in how her lungs gave way. She followed rules, she asked for care, the house didn't. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Christian Childers, 26, survived the storm, then lived with this flood water left. The house stayed wet, mold moved in where walls were set. Asthma hit, his heart gave way. Doctors named the body, not the place. The storm was gone, the danger stayed. It grew while no one came. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Denial, a dream, 1 month here, born into broken housing, low income unit, damp inside, mold near where she slept and cried. Her body failed before it grew too small to fight what the building knew. 1 month old and she was gone, the walls kept breathing on. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Luke Brooks breathed what his home held in, Ingrid damp beneath the skin. His cough turned worse, his lungs filled fast. Doctors traced it to the past. Aspergillus, that's what they found. A mold that thrives where moisture's bound. Warnings written after death, lessons learned without his breath. This isn't red luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody regrets. Abdullah Ali, still a baby, living where repairs came maybe. Damp reported, mold observed, notes were filed, nothing served. Too young to speak, too young to flee, trapped where danger shouldn't be. His name was known, the problem to the ending didn't change. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Deja Fisher, 24, moved into what felt secure. uptighted and mold, no warning signs. Her health collapsed where she felt safe. The house looked clean, the truth was late. Young life gone behind closed doors from what the walls were holding. This isn't bad luck, this isn't bad. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Danny Roden, working days, London dust and concrete haze. Years of breathing broken air, rot and damp everywhere. Waiting list as transplant calls, his lungs gave out before it all. A working life cut short by breath, another cost no one accepts. This isn't bad luck, this isn't rare. This is what happens when nobody repairs. Melissa Walters paid her rent, lived where mold was manageable. Chronic illness, constant strain. Doctors treated pain, not place. Her heart gave out before the lease. The walls stayed down, the warning ceased. She didn't make the evening news, but her story still rings true. So if you think